Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Dynasty's Racing League's DRL TV. Tonight I am your host, David Wellborn, and joining me in the booth tonight is my guest, Rod Fussenall. How you doing tonight, Rod?
Doing just fine.
Well, Auto Club, daydreaming in California on a winter's afternoon. What's your pick, my man? You got me?
Oh, I'm sorry, I phased
So,
out. I was listening to the YouTube audio.
okay, making sure we're both coming through.
We are loud and clear.
Cool. Who's your pick for the night?
Well, I'm gonna get off my Sasquatch car and get away from Taylor Butcher Benjamin, and I think I'm gonna pull for Mr. Harmon to win.
I hear you. Well, my man Wade Hustad's not running here tonight, so I'm going to choose a sleeper who usually sleeps and almost won it the other week, Anthony Burrows. That's who I'm going to pick to win here tonight. And why do I not have... Thank you. Finally. We were riding on board with Hesgard, who was warming his tires up on his warm-up lap. I don't know that I would have done that. But tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we are here at California for the California 176 Auto Club race. 88 laps here tonight. Again, tomorrow, or our next race is going to be at Phoenix International Speedway. Not a track that I'm really a big fan of. Again, it's going to be a lot of the people cutting the apron. Look forward to watching it, though, broadcasting it. Our next broadcast is actually going to be tomorrow night. It is going to be in the Truck Series. We're going to be here for 80 laps at California. So,
Yeah, not a big fan of that Phoenix track, and the drivers cutting the apron and 3, 4, 5 car lengths off to your left down into no man's land, and then coming back up into you. Just not a big fan.
well, it may be the fastest. They say the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line, and if you want to cut the corners like that, that's all well and good. But I've done said it once. I've said it, and I'll say it again. You go below that white line, and you're on the outside of me, and I'm on the outside of you. I'm still gonna hold my line. I'm running my race, my line. If you go below it to try to pass me, don't expect to be having a whole hell of a lot of room when you try to come back up the track. So that's just me. They got lines on the track for a reason.
Yeah, I know this though. When we get to Phoenix next week in those trucks, I need to start finishing some races. So there's going to be a lot of give and take from me.
Well, my pick so far is currently on the pole. No surprise there. Mr. Burrows is fast. He is really fast at this track. I think he's won it here twice already in DRL in the 3 or 4 years that he's been racing with us. So, yeah. Let's see, who else we got on track? Richard Lucky. We got the Lucky brother in the top 4. Butcher Benjamin in the top 5. Way to go, Butcher.
You
Uh,
got that flat black Springer car there on the outside pole.
why? Okay, we got Evan Rice on track in the number 8. And he is currently trying to better himself. He is currently in the 15th position. I don't know that running a second lap here actually improves your time, does it? I mean, this thing eats up your tires like nobody's business, right?
Well, I think you're probably okay. I mean, it would be almost 3 laps, by the end of your second lap. But I think that's probably enough. If you could burn some fuel off, you might actually be able to get a tenth or more on that second.
Well, I think everybody's just about done. We got 29 seconds in.
Yeah, it looks like my pick, Mr. Harmon's gonna wait there by the start finish line and get him a slow time start.
He's gonna run this race, and it's probably not a bad call. He's gonna run this race like Daytona, because you can get not just 3 wide, you can get 4 and 5 wide here, and I don't know that these drivers will do it, but you better tune in tomorrow night in the truck race, because I'll guarantee you're going to see 4 and 5 wide in the truck race.
Yeah, but you know what my concern would be, Dave, and I've run a couple races here this past week, and cautions are at a premium at this race now, so you better be able to work your way up through traffic if you're going to start that far.
Well, I think he's actually betting that we're going to have a few caution flags here this evening. So let's try to get this grid in, reset it. We got Eric Wolf. Really? Previous. All right, let's do it again. Eric Wolf, Anthony Burrows, Mike Springer, Ryan Hesgard, Richard Lucky, Taylor Butcher Benjamin, Brendan Stokes, Ben Izinga, James Lorillo, Dalton Williamson. I can't even pronounce the names tonight. Jeffrey Meyer, J.W. Miller, Casey Drake, Kevin, and you got him. Chris James, Bill Edwards, Patrick Cowgill, Mike Lemon, Chris Lucky, Evan Rice, Sam Niederham, Jordan Berry. And I don't believe that's all of them, but we'll do it again. Jordan Berry was the last one. James Lindahl, Matthew Vanderkoy, Dustin Musial, Austin Derbyshire, and I believe that is Joshua Durham and Matt Burgess. That is going, and Thomas Harmon. There we go.
Thomas Harmon rounding out the field. My pick, starting shotgun.
29th on the start. Wow. Now, we were talking off camera about who I thought was going to win here tonight between all the drivers. And, of course, the pick that I picked was going to be between that man right there, Eric Wolf, and Anthony Burrows. And, again, something is wrong with Eric Wolf's car. It is still showing him in the 22 on the track. And I got him listed as 24 on all of my timing screens. So, not sure what's going on with Mr. Wolf's paint. And I know the paints are loaded correctly because I've already went through trading paints 3 or 4 times. But this race is getting ready to start. Can't wait. Big field here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. What my biggest concern is these cars and getting in a draft. If you're the second or the third car in a draft pack and you're drafting around here, you got a heck of a push, and it will push you right into the wall if you're not careful. Lights are out on the pace car. Pace car is in, and the green flag is out. We are green flag racing here at California, ladies and gentlemen. Already Hesgard making a move to get to the bottom. And he's back up to the top. Eric Wolf getting him a really good jump. Mike Springer in that flat black car making his way. Anthony Burrows just selecting to ride there for a little while. Going to let Eric Wolf get out ahead of him. Now, in this track here, there is such a thing as getting too far out ahead, especially if you can get cars that will work together in draft. This is almost like a Daytona or Talladega.
I was just going to say, it kind of drafts a little bit like a super speedway, like a Daytona or a Talladega. And you do get a couple cars that work together, and you can push down the backstretch. Heck, you can even push,
look at that. 4
down the front stretch.
4 wide already. Back here in the back. That's Casey Drake and Chris James 36
Yeah.
to J.W. Miller. I mean, these guys,
What DW like to call that? A wad.
yeah, going to wad them up here in a minute. This is an awesome view. I like being able to race here and broadcast here because you can put it on this camera here and get a wide shot and see the racing. 3 wide again back here in the back. Guess what? Your boy Harmon's making his moves.
I was just going to say up front, Wolf is kind of checking out a little bit.
Now, don't get me wrong. Eric Wolf is fast here. Him and Burrows both.
Yeah, we saw this last week though too. We saw, I don't remember who it was, but we saw the leader get out to 6-7 car lengths early and then start to fade after 10-15 laps.
Well, this track is known for eating tires. So you got to think, hey, if he's getting out that far now, what's he going to do? What are these other drivers doing? Are they holding back? If he does, he's got a heck of a lead. He's got almost 10 car lengths over the top of the Anthony Burrows there. Almost a full second lead over these other 3 cars back here. Hesgard not giving up. He's right there on the back end drafting. Might be come down to a fuel issue here as well. Stuck out there all by yourself, no drafting help. That's got to be eating your fuel up. And if this race does go green, what do you think? You did some NIS here. Fuel might come into play here this evening?
Absolutely. And especially while Hesgard, ducks inside to make a pass. But I was just going to say, Hesgard, running behind, catching that draft is easier on your fuel mileage and being out front in that dirt.
And, I mean, you got a 3-car draft pack like that. Those 3 cars are working together. Hesgard, Burrows, and Mike Springer. Of course, just as I say that, Mike Springer takes a look to see what he can do about going around Burrows. But, I mean, with these 3 cars working together versus Wolf out there all by himself, he doesn't have any draft help. And he most likely having to stay wide open just to stay in front of him. He's got to be burning up a lot more fuel than these other drivers. But
your fuel window is 50 to 55 laps. So, if we're running 88 laps here, this stays green the whole way. It's a one-stop rate.
When do you stop? That's the question. Do you try to cut it in half and come in at 40 or 43 and go for the split there for fresher tires than the field? Or do you run it all the way out and hope like crap people can't drive when they get 50 laps on their tires?
Yeah, that's the gamble. Are you gambling that it's going to stay green the whole way? Because if I knew it was going to be a green race start to finish, I'd split it.
Well, if we knew what was going to happen, we wouldn't be here broadcasting. But
that's what I mean.
I think I would run the risk. I want fresher tires. I want fresher tires in the field. If I can get that advantage on them, especially if I know that they're going to run another 10 laps, I want that advantage because I think I can make up a lot of time in 10 laps with them on older tires. Might even be able to make up a half a lap. If you get a half a lap on the field, that's almost like a whole lap by the time they stop, right?
Yeah, it really is. I gotta throw a shout out here to Bill Edwards. I'm just taking a look at Hesgard's car. That thing looks phenomenal.
Now, William Edwards does a lot of paints for a lot of people, and he's really, really good. Get a chance to check him out. Dang, I can't never remember the name of that website. Or what?
Fatal Concepts.
Fatal Concepts, that's it. FatalConcepts.com. Need a paint for iRacing? Check him out. And he
Yeah,
does a lot of
as a
paints.
guy that's been painting through several different, iterations of racing games and been painting here on iRacing for easily the whole 8 years, that car is fantastic.
Well, he does all the paints for SJK too.
Yeah, I knew that.
How about your boy Harmon? He's already up to 17th. Probably not a bad call starting back there in the back.
Yeah, you let things settle down, let things spread out. Pick everybody off one at a time. That's as long as it stays green and nothing happens in front.
Well, I think our biggest concern here, as we were talking earlier, it's not what happens up front. It's what's going to happen back here in the back with some of these slower cars. And you were talking about how you can really get loose coming off back here. And
Yeah, you can really chew up the right rear if you give it too much throttle coming off and you don't come off straight. If you come off and try and hug that white line coming off of 2 and 4, you'll burn up that right rear in a heartbeat.
well, I'm seeing some racing back here with Matt Burgess, Chris Lucky, Dustin Musial. And this is all the way back in like 20th position. It's actually the back of the pack here. I'm wondering if these guys are just riding around back here. As we get back up front, Hesgard has got almost a half a second over top of Anthony Burrows, and he has closed that gap down onto Eric Wolf. So Eric Wolf not doing the job that, or might be already burned his tires up already. 13 laps in, I'd hate to think I'd burnt my tires up already. I think Mr. Wolf's got a problem with trading paints. It's not updating his car, or it's not loading his car right. But he is currently in a 24 car on the timer up there, ladies and gentlemen. But it is showing him in the 22 shell car. So this is on the driver, not us here at DRL TV. All right, let's see if we can go through this field a little bit. How about we jump back here to the 50 on Jeffrey Myers, see what he's up to. He is watching a race between Taylor Butcher Benjamin and Dalton Williamson happening in front of him. Dalton makes the pass on Taylor Butcher Benjamin. Now we are definitely single file.
And this track is wide enough. This is what happens. Everybody gets single file. Everybody, if you can make it through the first, 10 laps or so, and with no incidents, everybody gets spread out nice and neat, and the cautions now become really at a premium. You can have one car spin off to the inside. Now, our race control may throw a caution where iRacing will not. But if you're running an NIS or just an official race, you may not even see a caution.
Well, if that car doesn't come back up the track and take anybody out, you will not see race control throw a caution. We very rarely throw a caution as far as race control is concerned. You really have to have done something, took a bunch of cars out or something like that, and it stayed green for us to actually throw a yellow flag. We pretty much let iRacing run the show, unless, like I said, a car goes off the track and takes out 3 or 4. Austin Derbyshire already down pit road, 16 laps in. That's not a good sign.
Yeah,
and
he's not scheduled.
No, he's got a lot of damage there. So let's take a rewind here and see what we can see happening with him.
Yeah, he's hard into the outside wall somewhere.
I don't even have him as he's well.
Oh yeah, I'm back all the way to lap 10, and he hasn't, you know, and I'm not seeing anything.
Well, I got him. What I got from him is nothing. It's like his network connection is gone, and we are live. So seriously,
Oh yeah, he manually disconnected.
huh? Yeah. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I can't bring that to you. Looked like it was internet connection, and you know, I've noticed that once somebody disconnects like that, I can't even go back and view the replay from them. I don't know what's going on there. Racing here, Mike Springer and Ben Izinga. Ben Izinga takes that position away from Mike Springer. So move Izinga up into the 4th place, it looks like.
Yeah, Derbyshire got into the wall just past the start-finish line, all the way back on lap 4. And I don't know if it upset the handling on the car a little bit, or he just wasn't happy with the way things felt. But he's done for the. Took it to the garage.
And Eric Wolf has pulled back out with that full second lead over Hesgard again. So maybe Wolf was just letting his tires cool down. You never know. A lot of distance between them top 3 cars now. You got Eric Wolf, Ryan Hesgard, Anthony Burrows. Before you get back here to
Oh yeah, Springer's a full 3.2 seconds back from the leader.
you got to give them credit back here in the back. They're still racing. Got the 41 of Richard Lucky making a move on the inside of the fastest chicken in the South, Jeffrey Meyer.
Yeah, that's
I've
one
seen
pissed
some
off chicken
smoke
on the back of that car.
Yeah, I've seen the back of that chicken so many times it's not even funny. I've ate that chicken a couple of times too. Literally, with the front end of my vehicle.
My man Harmon's up to 15.
Yeah, he is rolling, brother.
Well, I tell you what, as many laps as I've run around here this last week, the fastest line really isn't right down there on that white line. If you can get your car about a car width and a half up from that line, you're going to wear your tires less, and it's actually a little bit faster.
It looks like Jeffrey Myers got some connection issue. He is falling back, and he just blinked out several times right there. And drivers are making their way to get around him due to his internet connection issue. Oh, Harmon almost got into the wall right there. And they are racing now on lap 22 back here in the back. This is for 14th through like 18th position. You got the 36 of J.W. Miller. He's up here doing battle with the 6 or the 8. That's Evan Rice. The car on the number on the side of the car looks like it says 6, but it's actually no. Do we have a 6 car?
Yeah, 6 is Giadrosic.
Well, he's got to be a lap down. No, he's not a lap down. He's actually in 12th position.
Yeah, Evans 6 does look a bit like an 8.
Actually, look like a messed up 5 to me, but. See, you got that little slot slides right through the 6 there, and it looks like a messed up 5. Might get him to do something about that.
I was never a big fan of the custom numbers when the custom numbers came on board to iRacing, just for that kind of reason. I'm more a big fan of the stock numbers that come with the sim.
Well, I like how Hesgard done his custom number. It's S2R, and the 2 on the side of the car is part of his S2R. That is a awesome job by Bill Edwards to do that and pulling it off like that.
Well, that and the flat black with the chrome S and the R. It's just the whole package is very well done. But
Yep. Got to give him credit for that. That is an awesome paint job. Oh, by the way, hi, Deborah. I know you're watching. Your boy's doing good. Back here in the back. Are you kidding me? I hear the caution. I just don't see where it's at. And ATVO has actually locked up on me. I can't stand this program.
I'm looking, Dave.
Eyes are looking too. I just don't see it. I don't even see anybody coming down pit road. Brandon Stokes. Maybe the 9 car. He's in the pit, so he had to have towed.
Yeah, that's like what we've got. It's the 9.
Oh, he's going to come off and he's going to slam the outside wall here just in front of Jeffrey Meyer. I think he had a little help from Meyer there.
He had a lot of help from Meyer.
You think? We're going to rewind this just a little bit. Let's see what happens because, see, Meyer's on the outside of him.
No, Meyer hooked him.
You got to think there was something more to that because that almost looks intentional. I don't want to call Meyer out like that, but and the 9 car's hauling some mail. I mean, I just went back. Oh, there's Casey Drake into the wall. He avoids Casey Drake. All right, and we're continue following the 9 car, and we went back almost a lap, maybe a half a lap. All right, something happens up here. It has to, because everybody is going to be moving around Jeffrey Meyer here. Just bear with me, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, it looks like the 9 might check up just a hair.
I thought maybe he gets into the back of this car. No, he doesn't touch.
He'll get around. He gets around Meyer.
Yep, I see that right there. Meyer ducks in behind him, follows him up the track, and just turns him. Wow. I don't think that was intentional, but if it was, there's nothing we can do about it now. And with that being said, let's see what is going on. Meyer doesn't have any damage to his car, so
No, it wasn't. It wasn't a really hard hit, but it was enough to just kind of hook him and turn him.
It don't take much here. I mean, you already, hanging on for dear life at this track with the looseness of the car. The slightest little bump, especially like that right there on the corner, is going to turn you.
And Stokes is taking it to the garage. He's done.
And Casey Drake, I'm sure, is trying to get all the damage that he got from pancaking the wall as well. He is back down pit road one more time. Advantage now, 28 laps in, to maybe come down and top off one more time just to make sure you got enough fuel to make it to the end.
I would say if you got enough fuel now, you're still going to be short. You're going to need another caution to go the distance.
That's why I'm saying, do you come back down now? What, the lights are on, come in, top off, get that extra fuel. Maybe slow your roll riding around here this next run and hope we don't get another yellow?
No, my guess is my man Harmon was pretty much burned his tires up, moving up as much as he did. I say track position is more important, knowing that nobody can make it from here.
Well, he's got track position now. He went from 29th to 10th, so it's 19 positions he's made up on track and through pitting.
Yeah, he's definitely our big mover of the race.
Well, we don't give out awards for that, but if we did, he'd definitely be the winner of it as of now. I don't think anybody can beat him from this point.
Well, the closest is Mr. Burgess, who started 28 and is 14, so he's moved up 14 spots.
But the lights just went out. Chris Lucky back down pit road. Bill Edwards back down pit road. They must have heard the broadcast, because they are coming down and doing exactly what I just said. They're topping off with fuel. Meyer back down pit road. They must be listening to the broadcast.
Yeah, I would say this much. If you're, I'm going to say 15, you're the back half of the field, you got nothing to lose to do it from there. But if you're in the top 15, you're in the first 7 rows, let's say, top 14, the track position is too valuable to give up for that extra, I don't know, half a gallon.
Well, unless you lose a lot of track position coming down pit road, when they can make it and everybody else can't.
Yeah, but that's what I was getting at. You can't make it from here, and you can't. There's no way you're putting almost 60 laps down on a fuel load here.
We don't. We're gonna have 58 laps to go when they start this race.
Yeah, but the fuel mileage is about 50 to 55, and 55 would be pushing it even.
So you're still 3 to 5 laps short.
Correct.
Well, they must be dreaming if they can make it now then. Pace car's in. Another restart, almost the exact same, with just a few changes in the back here. Eric Wolfs leads them down. Burrows, Izinga, Chris James, Taylor Butcher Benjamin. Where in the world? Oh, Hesgard's up in that mix too. I was looking for him. I couldn't see him. Oh, he blinked out. There.
Mike Springer's all the way back in 19 now. Welcome to the front, Mr. Izinga.
Yeah. Nice pit job there. Everybody trying to sort themselves out. Some racing going on back here in the back. Harmon still not slowing down. Looking to try to make some moves happen here. To try to get ahead just a little further. He is currently doing the battle with Evan Rice and the 6 car of Kevin
Giadrosic.
There you go. You say his last name. I'll just say Kevin. Because there ain't no way in the world. I'm a southern boy. I can't pronounce that. I think Harmon is just...
Giadrosic is driving a Jägermeister car, though.
Yeah, well, that's got to be a German name then. I tried one of them one time. Nah. Them and Coronas, both. You can keep them. And I don't want no lime in my beer. 41 making a move. Mr. Richard Lucky. Harmon dropped back 2 positions.
Yeah, just look that up.
Thinking maybe he's just riding a little bit. Not liking what he's seeing. Oh, all over fishtailing right there with the Lucky in front of him. Don't believe there was contact, but He is now making his way to the inside of Mr. Lucky. Butcher Benjamin to the inside of Chris James. Harmon drove it in deep. Makes the pass. Awesome job by these gentlemen here this evening. Watching Durham in the 72 being challenged by Jordan Berry to the inside of him.
Yeah, Barry might get him by the line. He might be able to put a slide job on him.
He looks like he's got a little hood damage, but don't quote me on that. The car just looks a little funny right there. Might be his paint, though.
No, I think that's just the nature of that paint and the Toyota Noah.
Yeah, They ain't talked much about the 13 of James Larillo of late, but he's not doing too bad here this evening. Currently just riding around in 19th position. Is that Mike Springer back there?
Yeah, Springer started awfully deep this run.
Okay. Bill Edwards dropped way back. He's all the way back in the 22nd position. The 44 has a flat black car too as well. That's Patrick Cowgill. And he is back here in the 24th position is what we're looking at right now, ladies and gentlemen. The battle up front, I don't believe has changed.
No, but Burroughs has gotten as close as I think anybody has yet to Wolf. I show him just inside 0.4 of a second off of the rear end of Wolf's car.
Yep, he's hanging with him. And those two have actually checked out on the field. Almost a good. There's a gap between one. It's almost 1.5 seconds from Ryan Hesgard from the back end of Anthony Burroughs. So. Not a bad job up front. You got to start thinking maybe might be some racing done here with Ben Izinga, Chris James, Dalton Williamson, and these boys up here in the front. Thomas Harmon making his way back up through the field once again, as he is going to be taking a look on the inside of J.W. Miller.
Fifth place. Williamson's just pulling to the inside of Chris James and bringing my man Kevin Giadrosic with him.
He's going to try to bring him with him anyway. You know, Chris, if you flip that car over, And you read the directions, on the bottom it says you should have bought a Chevrolet. I give Chris James a bunch of slack, man, but, you know, he's not that bad of a driver. I even like watching him race sometimes. I'll watch a lot of these drivers. They don't know it, but I secretly watch them in pickup races just to see how they handle themselves outside of DRL. Well, we are almost halfway, ladies and gentlemen. Gotta say, you know, Anthony Burrows, Eric Wool, Hesgard, Izinga up here up front. You got Dalton Williamson mixed in there in the top 5. Running a nice smooth race. And then you got Taylor Butcher Benjamin. It looks like he is trying to make a move there as well. He is to the inside of the 8.
Yeah, he's to the inside
of Evan Rice. Trying to take that position away. He's going to pull the 36 with him.
He might bring GW Miller with.
Yeah. I like JW. Like watching that boy race as well.
And I tell you what, as nice as Hesgard's car is, for my money, I like the way that 36 looks.
That's a sharp paint job as well. Still racing. Contact.
This group.
Oh, wow. They should have wrecked right there. The 36 was all into the quarter panel of J.W. Miller. We're going to take a look at that. I'm going to rewind it a little bit. I swear there was some contact right there.
He was.
Oh, yeah. They were
inside the car.
They should have wrecked. You know, I don't understand why they can get away with this. And if I'm anywhere that close to them, I'm getting a net code. But they made contact twice right there. Should have wrecked. And then I think he's going to get tagged here one more time. See, if that was me, I'd have done got turned with the net code. Unbelievable. We do have a yellow flag. 36, imagine that. Let's see what happens with Mr. Oh, they got together. I guess the retaliation wasn't over. Wow, he just run all into the back end of him. Take another look at that. And this is right here with Thomas Harmon. He gets the run, and he just runs all into the side of him. And those two gentlemen end up in the outside fence. That's J.W. Miller and
Evan Rice.
Evan Rice. Yeah, I drew a blank.
I think Evan might have got the worst of that.
Yep. No, both the 36 and the 8 car both look pretty much the same as far as the rear ends are concerned. But not the way they wanted their night to end. Now you can make it to the end of this race on this stop.
Yes, and you actually, if you've got a crew chief that can figure your fuel load for you, you might not even need a full 18.7 gallon.
I'm coming full gallons anyway. Never know about that green-white checker here.
We are running 3 attempts at a green-white checker, are we not?
We do in this league. We started that this year. 3 attempts, ladies and gentlemen, at a green-white checker. Got to get her done. Maybe we're not NASCAR. We're not going to sit here all night. Didn't they go to unlimited attempts at NASCAR?
I believe yes, they did.
Well, I'm not a big fan of unlimited. I think you get 3 chances. 3 strikes, you're out. That's the way it should go. Even in real life. So no, it looks like we might have a new leader, ladies and gentlemen. The 36 stayed out. Cannot believe he stayed out. Actually, it says he didn't stay out. It says he come down pit road. Now, how did he get down pit road and out in front of
Might have missed his stall.
Okay, he did stay out. He is now coming down
he's
pit
coming
road.
back down now.
All right. So, I'm wondering if that's going to put him. No, it don't put him a lap down, but wow.
He's already been assessed by race control, end of the longest line. So
He stayed out to get his bonus points. That's it. Okay. Now, I don't know if he got his bonus points because he didn't cross the start finish line, did he? I don't know. I have to go back and we'll have to look and see if ATVO lets us to see if he actually got bonus points for leading the lap. But yeah, he's definitely going to get to the end of the longest line for that wreck. And it'd be questionable whether or not it was retaliation or not from the earlier contact.
Well, those two were beating and banging on each other, so.
You know, tempers flare. Hey, this may not be a short track, but you might get the short track mentality after getting tagged a couple of times and almost losing your car. I don't like to. They say who said NASCAR was not a full contact sport? It's a full contact sport, that's for sure. But the more contact you get, the hotter your head gets up underneath that helmet.
That's for sure.
So nothing to lose. J.W. Miller is going to get as much of that damage done or repaired as possible. He better make his way outside of pit road or he's going to go a lap down. I think he's going to go a lap down. He just went a lap down. No,
he's rolling now.
I don't think he's going to beat that pace car. No way.
Yeah, I got him out ahead of the pace car.
Wow. You go, Cole.
Hey, I tell you what, when I'm getting damage fixed, I'll sit on pit road until the pace car's 5 seconds to passing me. And by the time that engine fires, I'm just getting out ahead of the field.
Well, JW did an awesome job there to get as much of that damage fixed as possible. Don't know that it's going to help him win this race here tonight, but it's definitely not going to hurt him none. All right.
No, the front end of his car is pretty clean, so he may do all right. I don't know that he took any engine damage in that incident.
I don't know. He was the one that hit the wall, wasn't he?
Yeah, but he hit it. I don't even want to say he hit it sideways. He kind of grazed it going forward more than he hit it hard sliding sideways.
Right.
And Evan hit him in the rear end, which is where he got the rear end damage.
Well, the lights are out. We are set to go back one more time. Green flag racing. 50 laps to go, ladies and gentlemen, in this race. Or, no, not even that.
Green flag.
40 laps to go. I can't do math, so. Hesgard, right down across the nose.
I got to set 40 laps to go at the line.
Hesgard cut the nose off of Burrows right there. Look at that gaggle of cars. Well.
Let's see if Hesgard's going to let Wolf get away this time.
Probably not. He's using all the track now. $40 laps. Still a long way to go here at California. 48 laps, ain't it?
I show us at 50, and we're going 88,
so 38 laps.
Left.
Yeah. Steve, I wasn't good at math ever. I don't know what the square root of 1 is. Awesome job. Love it. Lorillo back here with Springer, Casey Drake, Jeffrey Meyer. This is back here in 18th and 19th positions. Well, back up front, it looks like Hesgard and Burrows have run down the leader, Eric Wolf. Not letting him run away with this race now. Too late in the game to let somebody just get out like that. We got another yellow.
Caution.
I don't know where that's at.
Looks like it might be a 31. It's a lot of cars.
And it happens before the 31. Let's see. Let's do a chopper cam. Let's see what we can see.
Looks like Meyer got into the back of.
Yep, that is exactly what happened. It starts the wreck anyway. Meyer, looks like Edwards, Chris Lucky. Is that who's in the fourth? Richard Lucky.
In the back of Richard Lucky.
See, Meyer already had rear end damage. Don't know where he got that from. Oh. Musel almost makes it through and then gets caught up with the 31 and the 12. Who's in that 12 car? I can't remember. Oh, that's your Vanderkoy.
12 is Vanderkoy. Matt Vanderkoy.
Well, that's definitely not the way that Fashion Chicken in the South wanted to end its night, but I'm pretty sure he's going to be going to the longest line as well here this evening.
I hate to point out again, he's having him a rough evening.
All right. So why ATVO or Hesgard? Look like he beat everybody out. Hesgard and Izinga to the front. Guess where your man's sitting? It looks like S2R, top 3 drivers. And your man Kevin
Giadrosic
beats out Eric Wolf. Then you have Anthony Burrows, James Lorillo, Chris James, Taylor Butcher Benjamin, and Patrick Cowgill. Rounds out our top 10. So shake up front. Let's see how Eric Wolf does in traffic. You know, it's not a lot of traffic up front in front of him, but traffic is traffic. See what happens when he gets in that dirty air. You got to think. Cautions breed cautions. Have we seen the last one for the night? Doubt it. What do you think?
Not the way they're racing now, but the cars at the front seem to be, top 5 to top 10 seem to be quick to get in a straight line. So if we see any more cautions, I think it's going to be towards the middle or back of the pack.
Well, there's one gentleman I want to finish in the top 3 here tonight. Is your pick, Harmon. I really would like to get an interview with him and get his thinking at starting this race 29th and is currently riding around in the 3rd position.
Yeah, I ask him for me. What was the mindset of doing that?
Probably to avoid the crap. But I definitely want to figure that out. So, Harmon, you got to finish in the top 3, my man, so we can at least get an interview with you. Don't take anybody out to do it, my man. Just get her done.
So what are we looking at for weather tonight, Dave?
I didn't even pull that up, ladies and gentlemen. Let's try that. See what we got. Well, right now we've got 3 cautions so far. 11 laps. Air temperature is 77. Track temperature is a nice cool 79 degrees. 2-mile-an-hour winds out of the north. Partly cloudy.
That's really nice. That's not too shabby at all.
No. Looks like the lights are starting to come on as well. Well, I hate ATVO sometimes. Lights are out on the pace car. We are set to go back green flag racing. One more lap around this track. And we will.
Guard at the point.
You got S2R in the top 3. Anthony Burrows, my pick for the night. Still sleeping back there in 6th position. Of course, now this race is not over. I've seen him do this before. I've seen him lay back the whole race, just staying inside of the top 5, top 10. And then all of a sudden, you don't know where he come from. If that car stays clean, I look for Burrows to be up there in the top 3 to top 5 before this thing's over with. If not winning it.
We've seen how fast Eric Wolf is tonight, so I wouldn't be too shocked. I mean, he's only, fifth place, third row on the inside. He'll get back up.
Yep. You gotta watch out for these other drivers. Now, there's a lot of good drivers up front. The cream.
Look who's right behind Wolf. Where did Lorello come from?
Cream rises to the top. That's all I know. That's all I can tell you. My grandma says the cream always rises to the top. And they're getting ready to churn some butter.
30 to go.
They're going to churn some butter for these last 30 laps. You can guarantee that.
Green flag.
Hesgard, Harmon, nice jump. Izinga way up top. Finally cuts down and gets in line with his teammates. Oh, Chris James way up into the wall. What happened there? No yellow, but unbelievable. I think he had a lot of help. Oh, no, he did not. He's going to break loose. He's going to break loose right. Oh, he had to get on the binders to avoid hitting in Anthony Burrows.
That's cold tires, and he gets loose off, and it just has to, the wall has to save him.
Well, it saved him, that's for sure, but that's just crazy. That's going to definitely end his night for sure. All right, now what is going on?
Harmon is all over the back end of Hesgard.
You got to think these boys are drafting a little bit. I don't know that Harmon's going to be looking to pass him anytime soon. Maybe if he does just to get a bonus point or two. But Izinga back there got Eric
And
Wolf and Burrows.
That 22-24 is lurking.
Uh-huh. Wolf to the inside of Izinga. Burrow's going to go with him. How about Kevin, man? I mean, he has been doing an awesome job here this evening. He is riding right there with James Lorella. Oh, Wolf!
All right, man.
Oh, wow! And I was just talking about
Big hit. Big hit.
Kevin doing such a good job, and he gets caught up in that. He had nowhere to go. We're going to rewind it a little bit, and then we're going to jump on board with Eric Wolf.
Wolf drifted up into Izinga.
That's not going to end well. Let's see if Burrows makes it through here. I'm not sure, ladies and gentlemen, but
He does not.
you spoil everything. Oh, no. He just cuts right back down to him. Nowhere to go for the 6. Everybody splits Wolf. Oh, it's late contact back there after the wreck. How do you not slow down? Is that 87? Let's see what happens here with the late contact. The wreck's already out. That was the 12 of Vanderkoy not slowing down. I don't believe he slowed down at all.
No, he did, just not much.
I'm completely off the gas and my spotter yells yalla. And I'll be on the brakes as soon as I see smoke. Now, he should have been off the gas there. Oh, Casey Drake just turns right up into him. Nothing he could have done about that, even if he hadn't have slowed down. Hesgaard back out. Harmon leading.
No, I don't want to pass judgment on Vanderkoy, but the car even downshifted, so either he manually downshifted that or it's got an automatic.
No, nobody runs automatic in this league. I'll guarantee you that. How about your boy Harmon? He stays out. 9 laps on his tires. I believe that was probably not a bad call. What do you think? Bad call?
No, that's not a bad call at all. There's hardly any laps on those tires. I'll bet he hasn't even, burned off 5% on the lowest.
Well, it looks like the top 5 actually stayed out. Harmon, Larillo, Calgill, Edwards, and Burgess. Now, doesn't William Edwards have damage? I thought he had some damage. He may not have damage.
No, Bill's car looks pretty clean.
They have moved my cameras around. So, yeah, it does look pretty clean. So, well, Harmon, he's definitely in a position to take this race away from Hesgaard. Of course, my picks are back in the back of this field. Anthony Burrows currently riding around in the 24th position. Eric Wolf in the 27th. Eric Wolf 2 laps down. So he will not be winning this race here this evening. Anthony Burrows, the last car on the lead lap. All right, Lemon, what are you doing? Lemon getting his tires warmed up. Pace car should be cutting the lights out. We should be going green flag racing next lap by. They are lining up 2 by 2 by 2. Said Noah on the arc, line them up 2 by 2. Well,
Lights are out on the pace car.
looks like you might be calling it again tonight. Harmon does an awesome job. Come all the way from the back of this field in 29th position to be leading it here on lap 64.
Starting shotgun on the field.
Well, he got one pole. It might have been last pole, but now he's where he wants to be, on the pole. Lights are out. We are set to go. Pull them belts tight one more time, ladies and gentlemen. 24 laps to go. Who is that blinking in and out? Is that Springer? Wow. He's back in the game temporarily, trying to find his spot in 7th position.
Giadrosic took it to the garage. He's done.
Oh, wow. Sorry to hear that. He was doing an awesome job here this evening. Just got caught up in something that he couldn't avoid.
Pace car ducks in.
Green flag, green flag.
Green, green, green.
Here we go. Let's get it. Oh, Lemon turned around right off the start. In the grass. He is going to get some help, and it's going to be by the 8. Who is that? Kevin? No, it's Evan Rice. I just don't know if he missed the shift or not, because...
Oh, yeah. He just kind of hooked him a little bit.
Not what Lemon wanted to have happen to him. Wow. So that's all I can say is wow. Harmon still gets a good lead out. He's got James Larillo, Patrick Cowgill, Bill Edwards, Hesgard, and Matt Burgess is our top 5. Burrows and Wolf, both of them back down pit road. Would not be surprised if they have major engine damage, and probably will call it a night. Are they racing now?
Harmon's breaking that draft coming down the backstretch, too.
It looks like Cowgill trying to do battle here with Edwards. Hesgard sticking with his teammate, or was. And your boy in the 88, Taylor Butcher Benjamin, doing really good here this evening, currently in the 8th position. Harmon getting out to a really nice, comfortable lead, almost a half a second over James Larillo. Springer to the outside of Butcher Benjamin. Comes down, cuts up underneath him. Dalton Williamson made a move there to get around the 87 or 67 of Matt Burgess. That battle still continues along with Taylor Butcher Benjamin, looking now to the inside of Matt Burgess as well.
Harmon into the wall off of 4.
No. Say it
Not
ain't
hard,
so.
but he brushed the wall.
Yeah, he's going to push that car just a little too far right there. And that's going to leave Larillo the door. He is currently falling back into third position if Bill Edwards gets around him.
Yeah, that's going to hurt that car.
Hesgard as well. Let's see what the actual damage looks like. Back looks really good. So, yeah, the car doesn't look that bad, to be honest with you. But you got to imagine that did knock the toe out. It had to have done something to it.
Oh, it's scraped pretty well all down the right side.
Well, James Larillo, didn't talk much about him all night long. Currently almost a full second over top of Bill Edwards here. Bill Edwards and Hesgard doing battle right now. Harmon is not going to have the night that he wanted as he just got past.
Harmon's in, fighting him in the middle of Butcher Benjamin and Cowgill, and wisely they let him out of that.
It is. And there's nothing you can. He can't blame nobody but himself on that one. I mean, he just overdrove the corner and let it push up really close to the wall there. See, I'm not a big fan of that, either. That's why one of the incidents that happened with me in the truck race last week, I don't ride right against the wall unless I'm at like Talladega or Daytona or something like that. I'm afraid of the wall. It is not my friend. So I try to stay off of it. And then I had a car, I don't remember who it was, that come up the track and cross my nose. I guess we could call it a racing incident there because I didn't realize I was that far off of the wall. And then he just come up the track, so I really didn't give him enough room when he come off the track. But still, I held my line and, accidents happen. James Larillo doing an awesome job here tonight, trying to hold off Hesgard. Hesgard looking for his first win of the season. Right? Yeah.
That would be correct.
Larillo trying to take it away from him. Getting close to this race being over. Harmon still dropping back through the field. Back to the 8th position as he's sitting back here. Getting ready to get passed by Matt Burgess. On the outside of him. Springer's still with a little bit of connection issue as we saw right there, bringing smoke up in front of them. That's got to be scary if you're a driver.
That's awful scary when you're a driver.
You can still see the car, but all of a sudden you see smoke. You don't know if he's actually broke loose and is sliding in front of you or what.
It's actually worse if you're 4 or 5 cars back than if you're right behind the guy that's having that problem.
If you're right behind him, you don't really see it. But yeah, if you're 2 or 3 car lengths back, or 2 cars back in that pack, you see smoke. Your first reaction is let off the gas. Harmon back to the 10th position. Going to lose another one here to Durham.
I tell you what, up front we got a 3-car train bearing down on the 1 and 2 cars. You know, Larillo and Hesgard. We've got Edwards, Williamson, and Butcher Benjamin just come.
Well, maybe you should have picked TBB here tonight.
Maybe should have went with Dr. Sasquatch.
He's doing an awesome job here. That's for sure. And that train has caught them. They were over a half a second, and they have cut it down to 1/10 of a second. Lemon's trying to stay out of everybody's way as he goes a lap down. Hesgard finally to the inside, or was thinking about going to the inside there of James Larillo. Ten laps to go when they cross the line this time by. There he goes, makes his move. He is not going to wait these last 10 laps. Hesgard to the inside of Larillo. Larillo lets him do it. Makes the pass look really easy, textbook. Give him a little bump there. No, don't do it. Larillo trying to hang tight on the outside there. Looking to try to get maybe a run coming off to cross over him. Oh, tight racing up front. We're going to stay up front as long as possible here with these top 5 drivers. Unless the yellow comes out. Well, you said earlier that you was going to pick an S2R driver. Well, you got 3 of them leading this race. 1, 2, 3.
Well, you know, when you've got 6 of them in the field, almost a fifth of the field, that's usually a safe bet.
What are you talking about? Joe Gibbs Racing and what is it? Hendricks Racing. You know, the more cars you got in the field, the more chances you have at winning a championship, right? Or a race.
Oh, I remember the glory days of Roush Racing when they had 5 cars.
Yeah, didn't they at one time limit you? Oh, wreck. Somebody's wrecking.
No caution yet.
Who was that?
I don't know. I'm focused on the front.
Well, the 22 slowed down. That is a yellow.
There's the caution.
Who in the world was it? Let me get on the 22 because I know he slammed on brakes. Musial got the whole front end of his car took off. Don't know if that happened this time or... actually, yeah, it happened. Musial was involved in this.
Oh, yeah, he slammed into the end of pit road.
Looks like he's going to get into the 91 right there. Double tap. Sends the 91 up into... Who did 91 hit? I don't even see a 91. Oh.
Yeah, 91 is Lindo. And he comes back up into the field.
He almost hangs on to it. Doesn't make contact with anybody else. It looked like it was just those 2 cars. Oh, and then he loses it again in the grass.
He just about got a piece of lemon twice.
This race ain't over. You come down pit road or not? With 6 laps to go.
If I'm Harmon, I do.
28 laps on your tires. Got nothing really to lose but track position.
I'm going to get my damage.
Oh, they did. Everybody come down pit road. What were they thinking? I was just joking about that. The whole field come down pit road. Who's going to be the smart guy and stay out?
Yeah, there's not many laps to go. This will go green with about 3 or 4 laps to go.
Somebody stayed out. 2 cars stayed out. I don't know if they're laps down or not, but his car not on pit road long. Surely he didn't just come in for fuel. And there's no way he changed 4 tires. I don't know what he was thinking. There's no way in the world he might have just changed right side tires maybe.
I'm watching it now. Yeah, the right side goes up.
2
Right
tires,
side
no
down
fuel.
and away. He just changed rights.
Probably not a bad call, but I see the 22 and the 44. They both laps down. 44 is 1 lap down, and Musial is going to go to the end of the longest line if he calls that for crossing that wreck. So he's currently in 22nd position.
And I did not hear race control calling that one out to
50 is the one that stayed
who's
out.
going to be at fault for that.
Most likely it's going to be the 22, who is currently the last car, who is actually still dropping back. So Musial was back down pit road. Looks like Jeffrey Meyer looking to get a lap back. His wave around, along with the 44 of Patrick Calgill. So this put Meyer back on the lead lap. Eric Wolf trying to get one of his laps back as well. One of the 7 that he is down. Well, 5 laps to go when they cross the line this time by. It's crunch time now. How about old Mike Springer up there in the top 3?
Yeah, but I'm hearing race control, having a talk with Springer. Springer's blinking pretty bad. I think they're gonna, have him stay awfully low come green flag time.
Well, looks solid to me right now.
All right, lights are off on the pace car. 1 to go.
I mean, he's going for a win too. If it's really bad, I can see it, but 5 laps to go, you're going to have to overlook the internet connection deal and let the man run his race.
Yeah, it looks pretty solid to me right now, too.
That's what I'm saying. You got to let him run his race. 5 laps to go, you can't tell the man to back off. Actually, it's going to be less than that when we go green.
I think I just saw Lemon scrape the wall back there.
That doesn't surprise me none. S2R. Mike Springer. Sam Niederham. Taylor Butcher Benjamin. Lucky. Richard not doing too bad here tonight. Currently running in the 8th position in that 41 car on the outside of Dalton Williamson. Pace car's in.
Off.
This should be it. Unless we get a yellow.
Green, green, green.
Esgard gets him a really good start. Oh, contact. Taylor Butcher Benjamin.
All right, man.
Yellow's out.
Caution's out.
No.
Not sure what's going to happen here with Butcher Benjamin, but definitely contact was made. Maybe between him and Sam Niederham. Sam looks like he just turns up into him. I mean, they were both holding their line, and then all of a sudden, Sam pushes up. Just drives right up into the quarter panel of him. Butcher Benjamin does a really good job here. Doesn't get hit. Car looks good, but he lost a lot of valuable track position. So we will have one attempt at a green-white checker this time because it will not restart before the actual ending of this race. So this will most likely count as the first attempt in a green-white checker.
Wow, the field did a fabulous job not hitting TBB.
Yeah, they did, and he did a really good job at not making it worse.
Yeah, he pretty well locked it down, so it wasn't going to go anywhere.
He still may end up walking away with us with a pretty decent finish out of it. He's dropped all the way back to 21st position. You gotta know that he's going to be trying to make as many positions up as possible, and he ran up front most of the night. That's the bad thing. In the top 10 most of the night here this evening. Only to have that happen to him here in the closing laps. Just a little bit of a mistake there off of Sam Niederham. Coming up the track, getting into him. Of course,
car's really clean. There hardly appears to be a scratch on the car.
we've had 6 cautions so far for 21 laps, so not the night I was expecting to see when I sat down here this evening. I didn't think we would have maybe 1 or 2 yellows here this evening, but it has been quite eventful here. And if it's this eventful here in the Grand National Series, I'm just wondering what's going to happen tomorrow night.
Well, I was pretty clear about the fact I didn't think there'd be but maybe 1 caution. So to have as many as we've had really has surprised.
Well, we should get the lights out at the next time by. So we will actually restart this on lap 89. I wonder if this is actually going to count as a green-white checker. It's going to be an iffy call here.
I've already seen race control has extended the race for a green-white checker.
Are they doing that manually? I thought it was set up automatically.
Well, it is automatic race control, but I've seen race control, the messages come up for a green-white checker.
Yeah, all right. It just changed from 88 of 90, so. And I like how ATVO actually fixed that with the patch. Now instead of it just race, it used to say race was over. Now it's actually adding to the lap counter. So we're on lap 88 of 90, and this was an actual 88 lap race. So thank you ATVO for that much anyway.
So now I wonder how racy Mr. Harmon is. He's gonna roll off here in the 12th spot outside 6th row.
The car's
He
got to be
might actually
fixed.
be able to pull off a top 10.
Well, he might be able to pull off more than that. You know, he had to get a lot of that damage fixed, right?
Oh, I'm sure if it wasn't straight, it's at least straight. It's still scraped up a bit on the outside, and his right front fender is pretty well crinkled.
Well, after this race, I'm definitely going to drop down into S2R and find out what he was thinking starting back there like that. He almost pulled it off, too. That would have been a heck of a story if he'd have pulled it off. It'd have been a heck of a story if he'd have just pulled off a top 3.
He's still the driver that's advanced the most spots in the race, without a doubt. 29 to 12. As he stands right now.
And he's still on the lead lap.
But as you said, he's probably got to be sick because he's got no one to blame but himself.
Yeah, he just let that car drift up just a little too far against the wall coming off there, and it just ruined his whole night. Hesgard trying to battle out Bill Edwards, James Larillo, Mike Springer, Richard Lucky, Dalton Williamson, Ben Izinga, Sam Niederhelm, Matthew Burgess, Justin Durham. I thought Sam would be at the back of the pack since how he caused that wreck.
I think race control is discussing that with the drivers right now. I can't really make heads or tail of what he's saying, but something about a racing incident and not anything egregious. Somebody missed a shift.
Okay. So racing incidences, if they declare it as a racing incident here, ladies and gentlemen, you do not get an EOL. But if it comes from you not checking up, paying attention, or accidentally on purpose, which is I like to say, you will get an EOL. Springer back to his internet connection.
I think what he's saying is somebody missed a shift, and trying to avoid that guy, it caused the wreck.
I think race control might want to go back and review the broadcast, but that's just me. Lights are out, and we are set to go green flag racing. They're on the backstretch. First attempt, ladies and gentlemen, at a green-white checker. We have had I don't know. Hesgard looking for his first win of the season. Larillo and Edwards trying to take it away from him.
Green flag, green flag.
Green, green, green.
Somebody made a move to the outside of Harmon there before the start-finish line. That is not legal. Larillo doing everything he can. He's to the outside. He ain't going to be able to make it. Oh! Harmon all the way on the bottom. Getting caught up in some
Asgard takes the white, and this is over.
Oh, big wreck. I could have swore I saw a wreck.
No, they will call to be straight. This race
There
is
it is.
official.
13.
There it is.
And white lap. Hesgaard's going to win it. They still trying to wreck. They ain't done it yet, but they still trying to do it.
This is Ryan Hesgaard's all far and away.
3 wide for second place.
Izinga, Lorello, Edwards.
Lucky gets turned without. Oh no!
There we go. Wrecking coming to the line.
That was a heck of a finish for second place there. ATVO is completely locked up. I'm still showing James Lorillo in second from ATVO. I don't get it. Hesgaard is your winner, though, ladies and gentlemen. Williamson second, Izinga third. Chris James, not too bad a night for him here this evening, I guess. All right, something's going on. Let me see if I can get it to clear out of here and give it back to me. Oh, they still reckon that looked like some. That did not look good at the end of this session here. Let you go back and look at that after the race, see what happened there.
That's a heck of a close finish for second, though.
Hesgaard started fourth, ladies and gentlemen. He is going to end up finishing this race right where he's comfortable. He finishes the race first. Williamson is going to come home in second. Izinga is going to bring it home third. So we're going to see what we can do about grabbing these gentlemen for interviews. And I'm going to start with Ben Izinga, of course, and get him up here in the booth. Mr. Izinga, my man, you got a copy?
Yep, I got you.
What a finish, man. What a race. You started this race 8th. You come home 3rd. Walk us through your race, man.
David, let me tell you, that was ridiculous. Yeah, I started not that great. I did great in practice. I had some really fast laps down, and then I did pretty poorly in qualifying. But, yeah, we ran pretty well, and then right around the lap 50 mark, I had a bit of an incident with Eric Wolf there off of 2, and then I had some right side damage, so I got to take care of that, and then I ran 19th for the last several laps, and then we had all these cautions at the end. I took 2 tires, ended up staying out, restarted 7th at the last one there, and then they wrecked, and I just drove right through it. Had a pretty good race off turn 4 with Dalton there for a second.
Well, we were really surprised. We were talking about this before the race, that we were only looking to see maybe 1 or 2 yellows. I think we ended up having 7 altogether. Happy with your finish? You got to be, right? You top 3?
Yeah, I was expecting a top 5, maybe a top 10, and it was looking pretty bad there around the middle part of the race. So I'm definitely happy with the top 3.
Well, you got anything for him, Mr. Fossenau? Hello? Co-broadcaster there, bud? Rod, you there?
Oh, yeah, sorry. Wrong button. Yeah, Ben, I just wanted to say that, at one point I said to Dave, I said, where'd Ben come from? Because we had called your name all night. And, you're a driver that we expect to see up at the front more often.
Yeah, it was a tough start for sure, and then it went poorly a little bit later.
Well, awesome job, man. I say it every race. I got to say it one more time, at least to you this evening. Shout-outs, man. Get them in, get them out. I know you got them.
Yeah, I got to thank USCRL, S2R, all you guys for broadcasting, running the league. David, you do a great job every week. Yeah, Ryan from S2R, all the guys I race with, Bill, Lorello, Burrows, all those guys. Yeah.
Well, again, congratulations on your win here. Or not a win, third place finish. Thoughts and concerns actually going into Phoenix? That's my last question for you.
Thanks.
Phoenix treated me pretty well last week, or last year. If I can keep that up, then should see you guys back in the booth now.
All righty. Well, good luck, and we'll see you next week at Phoenix, maybe.
Thanks, guys.
Yep. All right. Dalton is in the 61 car. So as soon as I can click that, he is sitting like he's supposed to on the track. We'll move him up into our broadcast booth. And then I'll get Larillo back down into Larillo. I don't know why I called him Larillo. Sorry, Yazinga, calling you Larillo. That's really messed up, bud. I hate to insult you like that. We'll put you down in S2R. As soon as I find it. There we go. Dalton, my man, got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Wow, that blew my eardrums out. Hold on.
My bad.
No, it's not you. It's me. All right, say it again.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we got you. Not bad, man. Started 10th, come home second. Walk us through that.
The ending there was quite crazy. I wasn't really sure what was going to happen there. I thought there was going to be a big one, but I just kind of kept the tires underneath it all night and raced a clean race and tried to keep my car clean.
Well, you did an awesome job there as far as keeping it clean and getting through this race here. A lot more yellows than we both expected here this evening. Did you think the race was going to go that way for you, starting back in 10th?
Not really with it being my first night. I was just trying to, learn how everybody raced. And
So this is your first race in Dynasty Racing League?
yes, sir.
Well, anybody can come into this league and come home second in his first race is not going to do too bad or fare too bad in this league. I wish you the best of luck here, and congratulations on your second place finish.
I appreciate it.
Rod, you got something for my man here? Comes into this
Well,
league and just tries to dominate it?
I'm just a little bit shocked. Your first race in here, you finished second. Congrats, man. That's pretty.
Appreciate it.
Well, we say this to everybody we interview, so go say it to you for your first time. Shout-outs, man. Get them in, get them out. I know you got them.
I want to, take a big thanks and forgot who it was that added me in here, but Jeffrey Meyer was the one that pointed this league out to me. Want to appreciate all the admin that got me in. They do a good job for my first race in here. It seems to be pretty well admined and very organized. And then as far as sponsors, I want to thank Rapid Fire Pizza, Dalton Williamson Motorsports, Tim Williams, Don Codeman, Evan Longacre, and all them guys for what they do over on Open for my team on that side of the deal. And other than that, I ain't got much.
Well, that's enough, man. You got real team sponsors and everything, so it's a lot better than some of us are doing. Anyway, thoughts and concerns going into Phoenix?
Gotta take it the same way I took it tonight. Just keep my car clean and try to get up front.
All righty, my man. Well, congratulations on your first race here and finishing second in Dynasty Racing League. Look to see a lot more out of you, my man.
Appreciate it.
Yes,
Thanks,
sir.
Dalton.
Well, where were you at so I know where to put you back at?
Down there with Jeffrey. I don't know what the team name was, but down there with Jeffrey.
Meyer?
Yep.
Where is Meyer?
Simsport.gr.
Sim Sports. Okay, I'll just drag you down there.
Yep. Appreciate it, guys.
Yep. Sim Sports GR team. There we go. All right. Well, this interview's over. We really good night here, ladies and gentlemen. I think that's it, ain't it?
Yeah. If you want to skip Mr. Hesgard, he did win the race.
Well, I guess since Mr. Hesgard actually won the race, we might want to interview him. Hesgard, my man, you got a copy?
Yeah, David, go ahead.
Well, we were going to debate on whether or not we were going to interview you or not because, I mean, this is your first win of Dynasty Racing League's 2020, but we know we got 14 or 15 more to go, so I just don't know why I want to interview you for the first one. So, but anyway, you're here. Walk us through it, my man. You started this race fourth. You come home winning it. Did you think you was going to have that big of a mess there between Burrows and Wolf there in the middle?
No, those guys were extremely fast all night. considerably faster than I was, especially on the long run. They were the two to beat, that's for sure. But pit cycles, I took 2 there, got myself out front, and I couldn't really see much of going on because I had Tom right in my mirror, right next to me. I just seen Burrows sailing off, going left in the mirror, which is never good. So, it really opened up everything for us. After that, I knew from being up front that I had a pretty good shot. From watching Eric and Anthony there, I knew what marks I had to hit and how conservative I had to be. But cautions kind of fell our way. Took 4, drove right back up to the lead, and then was able to take 2 and hold on for the win.
Well, I'm not going to get to interview your other teammate, Harmon. He didn't get to where I wanted this evening to get the interview in. But, man, he started this race 29th, and he looked like he was going to win it. What do you think about that?
Yeah, this new tire model plays into Tom's strengths. That's for sure. That's why we got him on the team. He lets the races come to him, and he changes with the track. He's just a hell of a racer. That's all. So he's expected to drive through the field, and he does. So kudos to him. It's a statement of how good he is. We just got to get him to not hit walls.
Yeah.
And then we'll be good. Yeah.
That's awfully high praise coming from you, my man.
Well, Hesgard, I do it every race. Shout outs, my man. Get them in, get them out. I know you got them.
Yeah, a big thank you to Eric, actually. We did an official race, and I got to watch him for quite a few laps and learn quite a bit, whether he knows it or not. I might have stalked his cockpit a little bit. So thank you to him. And as always, thanks to you guys. You guys add a different element to this league by having the broadcasts every week. I know our family and friends appreciate it. We appreciate it. We can go back and, get to relive these little exciting moments, if you will. So thank you for that. Thanks to the admins. A lot of tough decisions tonight, but somebody's got to do it, and we appreciate that they do that for us. I got to thank my family this year. After last year, they've really been, more supportive in the hobby. They look forward to the race every week. So big thank you to them. And I got to give a big thank you to my girlfriend. She allows me to do this, every Monday night. I don't even get to see her Mondays because by the time I get home from work, we're racing. Race is done. She's going to bed. So, big thank you to her. And then, last but not least, all the S2R guys. We're going to have a hell of a season, I think. The drive is there, that's for sure. We want to win, and we want to bring home a team championship and then a driver championship on top of that. So big thank you to them.
Well, if anybody can do it, I know you will. We look forward to seeing you back here about 15 more times before this season's over with.
I hope so.
I
hope so.
It doesn't really matter to me whether you get here 15 more times or not, as long as you get here at the end when we get to Homestead.
Yeah, that's the goal, right? But
yeah.
Considering the task I had last year and didn't get it, this one's even a taller task. So if anybody's got the drive and the energy to put the time and work in, I do. So we'll see what this year brings. It's early yet, but we're locked in now. So
well, that's what I'm saying. You're locked in. If you can get through the playoffs to Homestead, just remember, save fuel.
Yeah.
Okay. Hesgard, my man, awesome talking to you. Congratulations on your win. We'll see you next week at Phoenix, my man.
Thanks, guys.
Yep.
Congrats, Ryan.
Thanks, Ryan.
All righty. Well, we put him back down in dysfunctional Patriots since he doesn't like being an S2R anymore. Well, he's gone. He didn't want me to move him. I like Hesgard, like messing with him, but all fun and games is over with, ladies and gentlemen. Awesome race here this evening. Some days are better than others, but when it comes to ATVO, no day is good. I'm just going to try to hit credits and get it up. Rod, did you expect Mr. Hesgard to come out with a win?
You know, I didn't expect him to come out with a win, but a win by Ryan Hesgard is never a surprise. I mean, he's one of the most talented drivers we've got in this field. So, you know, I mean, it, any given week he's going to be there. You just know he's going to be there. I mean, it's just a
Right. Well, looks like ATVO is completely locked up again. I don't know why it does this at the end of a race. And I still got Hesgard on the field this tonight, so I'm not really sure. I can't even close the timing screen down to get to the
Well,
to
if
my
you'd like,
buttons.
I can read through our results. I mean,
That would be
well,
great because
yeah,
I can't
I
get.
don't have any info on lap sled or any of that, but I do have the final result.
Okay, that'd be great.
You know, as we've seen, Ryan Hesgard takes the win tonight. Second place, Dalton Williamson. Third, Ben Izinga. Fourth comes Chris Lucky. Fifth, we got Joshua Durham. And then on through the rest of the field. 6, Chris James. Sam Niederham. 7, Bill Edwards. Matt Burgess. Mike Lemon. Taylor Butcher Benjamin. In 11th place, 12th, Thomas Harmon. 13, Jordan Berry. 14, Patrick Cowgill. J.W. Miller, Evan Rice, Dustin Musil in 17, Jeffrey Meyer 18, 19, Matt Vanderkoy, 20, James Lindow, 21, Mike Springer, 22, Richard Lucky, 23, Casey Drake, 24, James Larillo, 25th, Heartbreaker, Eric Wolf in 25th place after leading, I would say, the majority of the laps.
Mm-hmm.
26, Anthony Burrows. 27, another heartbreak. Kevin Giadrosic all the way back in 27th, so close to the front at the end. 28, Brandon Stokes. And finishing out the field, I think he parked it rather quick, Austin Derbyshire.
Yeah. Well, still no luck with ATVO, so I'm just about done with this program. I can't stand it. But, ladies and gentlemen, our next race is going to be tomorrow night. It'll be here again at California. It'll be, I think it's 80 laps here tomorrow night. I'm not sure.
I do not know.
I had it up earlier, but I know it's gonna be a awesome race. Our next race for this series is going to be next Monday night. It will be here at Phoenix International Speedway. So good luck with that, and we hope to see you back here. I want to thank everybody that's in this league for showing up week in and week out. I want to thank the broadcasters, myself, JP, co-broadcasters, Rod Fossenall, and anybody else who joins in to help us out with these broadcasts. I want to thank our race control. I'm not exactly sure who it is.
Race control tonight was, I believe, Dakota Wilkinson.
So way to go, Dakota. Want to thank JP for putting this lead together. I want to thank Martin Wenzel and Jordan Gonzalez for the work that they do for these graphics that we have week in and week out. At least the graphics look good regardless of ATVO working or not. So Martin does a really great job at getting all these graphics and banners and everything done for these cars. So thank you, Martin, for everything you do. With that being said, you going to be here next week, Rod, or are you going to try to run tomorrow?
Oh, I'm definitely running tomorrow. I looked it up. It's 80 laps for us tomorrow here.
Yeah, okay. Well,
you can't get rid of me. I'll be back here next week to pester you.
Well, that sounds great. Look forward to having another co-broadcaster next week, and look forward to trying to do some racing with you tomorrow night. I'm going to try to get some practice in if I can. I'm going to try it. I hate the beta version of iRacing, but I'm going to try it just so I can get some practice with some cars around me here later on tonight. But with that said, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to conclude the broadcast here this evening for Dynasty Racing League's DRL TV's Grand National Series. Come back tomorrow night for our Truck Series.
Good night, everybody.
Yeah, and alrighty.